What do you guys like to do in summer? What's something you do like every summer?
Hide. No.
That's a given.
We're
I kind of like it. Being moist is nice, dude. How do you not like it? Your clothes like stick to you and stuff. That's the best, dude. Making my clothes is mine. Make fun of them kids. Come on.
Hey man, why are you doing that? Piggy knows not fun. Look at you, you nerd.
So we went to like a local turf place, and they have like a whole team, and they're like, we can get it done in a day, but for the low price of $5,000. I was like, yo, dang.
Not enough that it consumes their time. Like, my nephew plays basketball, and my niece plays basketball too, and like they have social things that they do outside of the house, and they are excited about that stuff. And but they still, whenever I visit, my nephew wants to play Mario Kart with me. I'd wreck him. No, but
That's not nice.
But like, what are other things that we have done?
You were talking about that, and like the first thing I thought of was right when I turned like 18. The first defiant thing that I bought was a semi-automatic Nerf gun.
That's not bad, dude.
All right. What is going on, everyone? Good morning, students, faculty, staff, whatever else that you might have responsibility of at this university. Welcome. Grab a seat, and we are back. Season 2 of the seminar.
Hey, Sepy.
Yes, up.
I'm not Hans.
Oh. Why did you guys switch camera places? That's weird. You're on the left for me.
Oh, that's crazy.
Let me switch that over real quick, very slowly, as you watch LA's name inch by inch.
Wow, too hard.
And we're going.
Bring it in.
I'll just do this real quick. It might be a little bit off place, but you know what? But you know what? Good enough. Right. That's crazy because, when we were doing our sound check, LA, you were in the top left. That's why I went with you to go test first. But I don't know what happened. Did you like turn your cam off and on or something, or someone?
No, I haven't touched anything.
Interesting. All right. Well, back to the introduction here. We're back with season 2, episode 1 of the seminar, and we have a lot of new things. And it's going to be a great time. So why don't we start off with some introductions? And this is perfect because we have one of our newest members of ZJA University, our newest professor here. So right above me, if you would like to introduce yourself.
Hey. How you doing? I'm Hans. And I like Cheetos. I'm Hans from Hans and Denise, and I make music. So.
Yeah, you can catch Hans at twitch.tv/Hans and Denise. They are a duo music stream. And thanks for the great introduction.
Golden.
Yeah. All right.
Gotcha.
Let's move on. Mr. LA.
Hi, I'm LA. I'm also known as the Hunger Service. And I really enjoy hardwood flooring.
Great. Great. What's going on, everyone? My name is Sepy. I'm also known as Uyu Music. I don't really got any interesting facts, really. I can eat peanut butter without milk or any liquids. Yes.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Talent right there.
How tough?
That guy's
How tough
mouth
are
is
you?
So wet.
Sick.
All right, ZJ, let's take it.
All right, my name is ZJ to the Max. Good morning. I am your founder. Things, yes. I often ponder what it would taste like to slather the sky on a piece of toast.
You ever had Skittles? Taste the rainbow.
Yeah.
Close enough.
But it's not a. I want to spread it. You know.
You can take the Skittles and crush them and spread that shit.
That's insane. We're already cooking. That's crazy.
Speaking of
Spreading
cooking.
Skittles. Weird.
All right. As you guys can see, we have some new assets. We have a new overlay. You guys can see the syllabus. You guys can see live chat going on right now, and we have a little bit of a chat interaction. We're changing things up a little bit this time around. We will not be having an AMA session at the end. Rather, if you look below on our channel, there is a panel for a tip option, and for $2. You may disrupt the classroom. And yeah, there's a little bit of a surprise on the alert for the donation on our stream. So if you want to take a look at it, yeah, you can go onto that link, or you can click on the panel below and you can disrupt the classroom and you can ask us any questions or bring up any thoughts or topics, and we will drop whatever we are talking about and focus on what you submitted. So that is live throughout this podcast for the next 1.5 hours to 2 hours, however long we take. So please feel free to, submit a topic or question. Now, we welcome all the new attendees, new students here. So sit back, relax, grab a snack. I hope you guys enjoy it. And we are here on the beach episode. Now,
the beach episode.
why do we call it the beach episode, LA?
Because it's summertime, baby, or it's soon to be summertime. What is the start of summer for all y'all? Because I don't know. I just assume once it starts getting warm, which is kind of weird because in Florida it's just always warm, so it's just always summer to me. But I don't know. How about you guys?
Yeah, I hate summer.
I hate summer too.
So for me, like I took a look at it, I Googled it. I'm like, all right, well, apparently summer is actually going to be like on June 20th. But off topic.
Look at me. I'm the podcast now.
Off topic, but we just got a submission. Did Hans ever find the headmaster's office?
Yeah. I get dragged in there often. Like an imaginary hand comes to get me. It's insane. It's just coming back that's the part that like gets you every time. Every time.
That's crazy because none of us were able to find the headmaster's office ever.
No, doesn't exist really. Actually, I think what is more factual is that ZJA has an office. He just changes it every day so that no one can find him.
He changes his office like a labyrinth, like it's a different room every time. You think you know where it is, you go to it, and then you're just like, oh, it's not here anymore.
Dog, how'd you know? How'd you know, man? Dude, like,
I'm the
one day.
now.
Sorry,
It was-
BDG says Dookie.
Oh, sick.
Sick.
Toilet.
Skip
Yeah,
it.
dude, that office was at the bottom end of the toilet once. Like the part that you don't clean. Dude, it's crazy.
Oh no! Oh no!
Don't worry, no, I didn't have any visitors, but that was a weird day.
Yeah. Anyways, going back to summer. I was gonna say June 20th is the start of summer, but for me, it's just whenever I think the first time it hits 80 degrees, I'm just like, okay, it's summer, and that could be in April. That's the crazy part. It could be in the middle of spring, but it'll still feel like summer to me because I just hate the heat that much.
What about you, ZJ? Or Hans?
Do you have a thing? Do you have a thing that
Dog,
come
I
on?
just sit here like it's summer all the time.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
We can't ask these weather questions to Zija.
Yeah, we can.
Dude, I sit here like, dog, Hawaii is winter all the time except for 1 week when it decides to rain. Like, and guess what? That one time may be in October, and that one time may be in January. But like, I mean, but if I was to answer the question, I would say it's definitely when the kids get out of school. Because as a teacher, like, my world gets flipped, turned upside down like the bottom of a toilet seat when the kids are out of school.
Why does everything have to relate to a toilet?
Sorry,
no, it's like-
I thought of the image, you know, and then
I'm gonna throw you under
Yeah.
the bus for a second, guys. On our starting soon screen, we had like 5 minutes left. I'm like, yo, where's ZJ? Like he went to go. He before we started the stream, he was like, I should go poop before I have to do it in the middle of a podcast episode again. So he goes. He's not back for 10 minutes, and I'm like, okay, we're going live now. I guess he's gonna have to show up. 5 minutes into the countdown, we're just like, where is ZJ? And Hans is like, yo, he better push, man. You can't let gravity do the work. He's gotta push.
and that, my friends, is summertime to me.
Oh god.
Well, I guess summer to me is when it starts to hit like over 100. I think that the best way for me and Denise to quantify it, and I don't know anyone else, if personal preference, whatever that takes for you guys to go to sleep. Me and Denise keep the house at 80 during the summer, and if it's smashing, like if it's pushing really hard to get to 80, that's when we know it's summer. Because if it's like under 80 without the AC blowing, then you know that it's still winter or it's still cold. But once it's trying hard just to stay at 80, we know it's summer.
80. My god, dude.
Ugh.
I keep my AC at 63.
Brother, wait, hold on, what's your power bill though?
My power
man.
surprisingly not that bad.
Ours ain't bad.
Yeah, surprisingly not that bad.
I get to be moist for fun though. For real. Y'all don't even know. I am
Moist
holding
for
the
fun.
toilet seat when it's.
Oh,
That's
Voice for fun is
crazy.
crazy.
That dude.
okay.
That's a t-shirt right there. I'm moist for fun.
Hey, another
Draw it up.
once again.
Send it in.
Once again, off topic, but we got someone
Look at
else.
me. I'm the podcast.
We got someone else disrupting the classroom here. Anonymous says, "ZJ, have you had enough fiber?"
Hey man, dehydration in summer, you gotta have some fiber. You
Let me tell you what, I had a Korean corn dog today, and
Hello, goodbye. See you on the other side.
that's it. That's all I had. I had a Korean corn dog, this non-branded energy drink, and
Non-branded energy drink.
this non-branded energy drink, and some clusters of some degenerate brand. You know.
Used to have ropes of that.
Yeah, they used to have ropes of it.
Thank you, Anonymous Tipper, for reminding me that I need to add more fiber to my diet.
While we still try to delve into this topic a little bit more, I couldn't help but notice in chat, LA, did you threaten to lock someone up in your fridge?
No, that's a lie. That's a fabrication.
It clearly says LA told me to show up or he'll lock me in his fridge.
That's a fabrication.
Like
Is that
Not
your
that it would
version?
be a problem because the man lives in Miami, so like it would be of benefit to him to be in the fridge.
like I appreciate you trying to bring us some viewers here and garner some attention to our podcast, but we might have to talk to HR about this if you're threatening someone. If you're threatening to freeze someone here, we're gonna.
What do you mean? That's the start of summer, dude.
When you lock someone up in your fridge, that's the start of summer.
Hey
Yeah.
man, it's hot, man.
The start of summer means midsummer night fridge kidnapping. Am I right?
I admire the things you do for the brand, dude.
Hey man, like when I used to work as a sushi chef, like there were a couple times where the air conditioner would go out and the walk-in fridge was our only respite. So, hey man, like you go in there not only to like scream, but also to, cool down a bit.
Therapy, ice therapy.
Yeah. So, what do you guys like to do in summer? What's something you do like every summer?
Hide. No.
That's a given.
Damn.
No, I mean, you
Close to
guys
home.
take this.
Hans, what's something you do every summer?
Dude, I just become like a nap monster. The first time I ever came to like Las Vegas, I couldn't drive because on the drives up I would just pass out. So whenever we drive home or drive here, it's always at night, just because like heat makes me like drowsy. So I get super sleepy. The only thing that like mitigates it has been like watching anime. That's it. I'm trying to be more productive. I swear.
Damn, dog. I don't know how you can sleep in heat, man.
That's the worst.
Yeah, I can't.
Dude,
I got the AC going. I got the fan running.
dude, I feel like I have the most insomnia during summer because it's so hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I have this God-given talent of being able to sleep wherever, whenever. With the exception of the heat.
No, that same. That's crazy.
No, I got it too. You guys can all spontaneously sleep, right?
Yep. Even in the most
mine
uncomfortable
seems-
position, I can fall asleep if I have to.
Yeah.
I'm just really like insecure because I need a CPAP and I sound like a bear, like eating another bear.
Wait. Are we? Is it actually a talent that we can sleep on a dime when it's like not hot, or are we all just perennially exhausted?
Oh, you know what? That's a great question. But you know, I do. But I hear so many complaints about people with insomnia about how they can't fall asleep. It takes them like hours to fall asleep. Like they could be lying in bed. They could be tired, but they just can't fall asleep. For me, even if I'm not tired,
Not us, man.
I touch my bed, I close my eyes, I'm dead in like 20 seconds.
Except for when it's hot.
Yeah.
Except when it's hot.
for when it's hot.
Legit.
Yeah.
Because like,
Dang, no.
you
Go
just sticky, bro. You just you just get like getting sticky. You're like, I can't do this. What are you
I kind
gonna
of like it. Being moist is nice, dude. How do you not like it? Your clothes like stick to you and stuff. That's the best, dude. Marking my clothes is mine. There's nothing like it. I'll be like, this underwear's mine now. No one else can.
Bro.
These socks are mine, dude. I could switch feet.
Speaking of which, that's the worst part about the summer. When it gets so hot, I go through so many clothes like so quickly.
Yeah.
If my electricity bill is going up, it's because I'm using the washer so much, not because of the AC.
Yeah, you sweat, you just chuck. You're like, I'm not, it's going into the wash. Like, Florida's like when I was living in Florida, like I'd go through like 2 sets of clothes a day if I went out. I'd be like halfway through the day, I'm like, all right, I gotta change, man. It's fucking, I feel disgusting.
Yeah,
in
I
this.
can't imagine being in Florida for like in the summer because I went once in May and that was bad enough already.
Oh yeah. Nope.
Oh my god.
Nope. Absolutely not.
Yeah, but
Nah, man, you guys gotta learn to be moist, man. You guys are crazy, dude.
Hey man, look, ZJ looks freaking dewy right now. You kidding? So
Dude, yeah, dude, look at ZJ right now, dude. He
Please
looks
stop,
looks like he got a team. Dude, he looks like he got a team, dude. Look at me, dude. I'm like grainy, dude. Look at that. That's insane. Homie has no lines, no dots. He's like an anime character.
yeah, look at it. ZJ looking clean, man. My man looks like he got like 10 Botoxes in one day.
You can't tell. Me and Sepy both showered before this, and we're like, guy walks in. I just coming from work, guys.
My man is so clean after work. I showered today and I look like I already have oil in my hair right now. This is crazy.
Yeah. That's not fair, though.
Christian says he shit out all the toxins. That's why he new
Sheds his
detox
skin in the back.
new detox method. If you ever want your skin looking perfectly clean, just take a long shit.
Hey, dog. It's because I was born in heat. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, get on there.
I live in humidity forever in my life.
Oh God.
Born in it.
You should be
molded
going in.
by
Oh,
it.
this one's gonna be a bar holder.
Yeah.
This is a bar holder.
Off topic.
Dog, the sun. Oh,
Off topic. Just to let you guys know, guys. These donations are pending approval, so I have to manually do these. Just in case we get some, troll stuff that we shouldn't put up. But anyways, off topic. But we got another anonymous tip,
I'm the podcast now.
and it says anonymous, but just relating to the topic here, quote unquote, it is not a lie. I am someone who is actually locked in fridge while donating this. Please send help. I am so cold.
That man's some moist, brother.
LA to the dean's office now.
hey man.
I just
good
leave. I go get a drink.
Good luck out there, brother. Just 07's out there for my
07.
brother. My brother in fridge.
Everyone gives 07s for the guy in the fridge. 07's
It's either
in
a
the
big
chat.
fridge or he's got multiple fridges, dog. It's like new guy, new fridge.
HR has been notified. HR's in chat right now. Can we get 07s? 07s for LA. I think my soundboard
Yeah,
still works here,
he's
right?
mad. He's going to the fridge. He's like, this ain't happening.
My soundboard
Not
should
on
still
my
work here.
watch.
All right, goodbye, LA.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day goes? Only
All right.
I'm not really hearing that from that person no more. That's crazy.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
we're gonna get copyrighted on this. I gotta mute that when I edit it. Oh God! Yo, cut it.
What do you mean? That was live from your living room. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
live from your living room.
Enya's over there just performing it.
Yeah, dude. That's crazy.
That's insane, bro.
That's what you do during summer.
Yeah.
That's invite
Yeah,
Enya to the living room.
dude.
So, LA, that you already went. So, ZJ, what do you like to do every summer? I guess despite the weather always being the same, but when the kids are out, that symbolizes summer starting for you. But what do you like to do every summer?
Summer for me, I guess, is probably one of the more periods of time where I try to be really productive. As much since I'm awake and I can't go to sleep, I just work some more. I try to make more projects for myself because I feel like I have more free time because of the kids are out of school. But I mean, also me awake, so I mean, might as well just be a degenerate and work more. So,
Damn, have you ever heard of a teacher working in the summer?
yeah, you ever work summer school, dog? That shit sucks. Dude, you think regular school year is better? Dude, summer school sucks because all the kids are depressed. They can't be outside.
And you get and the worst part is the kids that have to go to summer school are usually the degens that just don't study and are like the disruptive kids. So you get the worst.
Like
kids.
that's not always the case, but like half the time they're still like, Mr. Zach, it's hot, but I want to go outside. Please.
That's so cute, though, Mr. Zach. That's dope.
No, I'm like, no, you can't.
and then you proceed to make fun of them.
Oh, dog.
Make fun of them kids. Come on.
Hey, man, why are you doing that? Piggy knows not fun. Look at you nerd.
All right. Going through with this topic, I'm not going to really answer this because what Ellie said is true. I actually just hermit in the summer. I don't really do anything. I probably go out a total of I mean, I have to go out for work, obviously, but I don't really go outside of my house in the summer willingly. And yeah, I mean, if there are only 3 things that I really like about the summer is going to the beach, fireworks, and the smell of wood or charcoal burning at a barbecue.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
bonfires and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Damn,
I
brother.
will say, like, I don't like being outside, but I will go out to those things.
Yeah.
To do things.
That's
like
true,
That. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Just pack a
like-
bunch of shirts with you.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I used to do. I used to leave like clothes in my like trunk wherever I would go and be like, all right, time to
Yeah.
swap.
All right, hold on. Real thoughts. How close are you guys to having the Asian dad towel? You know, just over the shoulder. Like, how close are y'all to like be having that be right? Because I'll tell you what, like this do be like my second towel I own, and it's pretty as fuck.
That is a nice towel, dude.
No, I guess it's 2-2 right here.
I'm not there yet, dude. almost, maybe.
Bro, Asian dad towel, dude. The other week, I was grilling up in my rooftop, and I had a very unattractive photo taken of me, and I was working the grill. I wasn't the Asian dad. I was the typical white dad with a beer in his hand and like grilling. And my
Tongs in the other hand.
because I've been in surgery for 4 months. I've been gaining weight. I couldn't go to the gym, and my gut was sticking out. I'm just like, wow, I look like a white dad, like, you know, grilling for his kids at a pool party.
Good, man.
Hey man, you know. Hey man.
Yeah,
Everything's attractive to somebody, man. Everything.
handkerchief, like critical.
All right.
Yeah.
We got a lot more topics on this. ZJ, you want to say something?
Huh?
All right, moving
All
on.
right.
So let's wrap up the summer talk. Last question for the summer. What are your guys' plans for this summer? Do we have anything planned? Anything special you guys are doing?
I'm moving.
What?
Really? Where are you going?
How come none of us is here about that?
just changing places.
Oh, okay.
But that's the goal for summer. Also, I'm working a bunch, so I very much just focused on those couple things.
Bro, moving into summer is the worst time to move.
I know,
Oh my
but you know, it's just that's leases work out that way. It just
That
happens.
sucks.
I know.
Yeah.
You moving far or just?
I don't know yet.
Oh.
We're still. I mean, we just know that the leases are over. So,
Oh.
that's the other part.
I see. Sick.
Yeah.
What about you, Hans? Anything special planned for this summer?
I was gonna me and Denise were gonna traumatize ourselves at first
that's a way to start off.
Wait, hold on.
because our HOA was like, "Hey, yo, you got like only dirt in your backyard." And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, should have been gone. It should have had at least 2 inches of rock above it, like by your year 1. I'm like, you're talking to us at like year 3, dog. And they're like, you gotta do it. You gotta put rocks in the back of your thing, 2 inches. And then me and Denise were like, fine. We'll just get rocks and just throw it back there. And then we were looking at the weeds and we're like, we should probably like get the weeds done too. And then Denise was like, maybe we should do turf. Turf would be really cool. And it was like getting like progressively worse. And I was like, that's expensive. Let's do it all ourselves. And we're stressing about it. And I was like, it's all right. It'll just take all summer. And we had to give the HOA like an end date when we'd be finished by. And it's like 108. And we're like 106, 108. I'm like, nah, we're paying somebody to do this. And so we went to like a local a local turf place, and they have like a whole team, and they're like, we can get it done in a day, but for the low price of $5,000. I was like, yo, dang. I was so impressed. Denise was asking me Denise was like, yo, like what number would you like be okay with? And I was like, $5,000, nothing higher. And she exactly the number. I was like, I said 5. And dude, every single house must have got that memo, because I've seen rocks in front of every single house. Me and Denise went to this place called Star Nursery. You can get 1 ton of rocks for like $50. So I see like 4 tons of rock in front of every house for one day, every week. Every single day, everybody's like, "Oh, I gotta get this rocks thing done." I'm like, "Dang, I hate it here." And the reasoning is like, we live in a dust bowl. We want to stop like, and it's windy. They can get up to like 60-mile-an-hour winds. And so I was like, "Oh, that dirt going in the air. Let's put rocks over it and stop it. Let's get that done on." So I'm like, he has this, dude, oh my gosh.
He's heated, bro.
Moist as hell. I'm not kidding. I'm so moist right now. Anyways, ZJ, what about you, brother? What are you doing this? By the way, now it's one day, and I guess a short story for the rest of it. I'm trying to work on music and be productive, and I go to the gym like 4 days a week. You're welcome.
Yes. Yes. Dog, that's fucking crazy. Five grand. Jesus Christ.
It's a racket, bro. They're colluding.
Dude,
it's the HOA and the hardware stores.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, dog, you could buy turf from Home Depot and just all you gotta do is fucking on the grass.
Pretty much.
You go on the grass, you get the scissors, you be like, oh, the edge like this. And then that's it. That's it. And you just let that shit grow. Or not even grow, just fucking lay it flat.
I don't know, man. We gotta kill all the weeds, and we were like, we took like we got tools, and we're like scratching it. We're like, it's not going through the rock. It's not going through the dirt, dog. I was like, if I get a shovel, I might break the shovel, man. I was like, I'm getting other people to do this. There ain't no way. I'm trying to kill just the weeds. I'm just at the killing the weeds part.
He's at step 1, and he's already like, man.
Well,
Out there, I'm like, oh, did that say 107? Is that saying 109? It's been 2 minutes. That's crazy.
well, Hans,
Insane.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I asked you what you're doing for the summer. And off topic.
It's just
I'm the podcast now.
But Anonymous says Hans has so much energy talking about rocks and dirt. Can he apply that energy to the rocks to break us out of the fridges LA is locking us in?
brother.
Someone,
I'm here. I don't know.
gotta
You guys
admire
are
a
locking
man.
yourselves in the fridge at this point, man. I am
someone
sitting here.
save this anonymous man. How is
admire.
this person still locked in the fridge?
This man has dedication and is bringing you viewers right here from the freezer, from the fridge. I don't care if it's one big fridge or great many fridges, but this man, dedication to the brand, keep locking them in there, brother. Come on, we need more.
You gotta recycle
This
that.
was full like 20 minutes ago.
That was our cycle, dude.
ZJ, what are you doing this summer?
Dog, I swear I'm moist. Sorry, I was getting moist while listening to the song. I was like, holy shit. What the fuck? I'm trying to do collaborations this summer. I guess is my thing.
Oh.
I think. Yeah. Like even for July, I already got some collaborations with local businesses going. I think that the top one on my list is I'm like working with an ice cream shop, and we're gonna do like a wellness like date night thing, where it's like I get to be the host and lead the couples in this like nice ice cream dinner dessert thing where they continue to compliment themselves and each other and have that type of conversation with stuff. But that's like one thing on the table.
That's cute, man.
Yeah. Other than just art things, I think July has a lot of meetings. I'm meeting with the state a lot in July. So yeah, it's real weird. Dog, if you ever put the words ZJA and city council together, that shit don't make sense. I'm like,
I think it's cool, man. I think that's cool. Being productive, and you can put like government behind it. That's pretty dope, man.
I remember just here like, Mm,
I
what's
don't care if you're the
Sepy doing?
most liked person there. It's cool.
Yeah, I was like, huh, what's Sepy doing? Sepy, what are you doing, dog?
Nothing. Rotting.
What you doing, brother? What you doing?
What am I doing? What am I doing this summer?
Yeah.
Rotting. Actually, I am traveling a bit this summer. I'm going down to Georgia in about 2 days for business. Then I am also going to be traveling in July, and not really gonna disclose where, but
Is it hotter or colder?
well, Atlanta's gonna be
Is it moister
hot.
or not?
Atlanta's gonna be
It
fucking
moisty.
moist.
Yeah, Atlanta's good voice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm gonna be in Atlanta for a week for business stuff. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I have planned. Other than that, I moved into this apartment maybe about like 6 months ago now, and
Nice.
our rooftop, is great. It's got like 7-8 barbecue grills, all decked out with like each grill has like a sink next to it too. And a bunch of lounge chairs with fire pits in the middle and TVs. So it's a vibe. But I'm probably going to be up there all the time, just grilling meat, getting the meat sweats, moist meat.
Moist meat.
But
No.
that's what I have planned. But LA, what you got?
Yeah. Besides the movie, I'm just focusing in on work right now, and what I work 3 jobs. So willingly.
Did I already ask you what
so
you were
I'm
doing
just-
this summer? I did, right?
You did.
Well,
But I mean, like, we could go back around. We could go talk to Hans about the dirt because he puts a
no
little
rocking
dirt
way,
under the
bro.
pillow for the dirt man.
for the dirt man.
Just speaking
Bro.
of dirt man.
Oh.
It's crazy. It's crazy how the algorithm is, right? Because like, who would have thought like a song like that would go like viral? And it's so weird how like things like that go viral. Like what, like random things will go viral. Like recently I just saw like there's obvious things like cat videos always like typically will go viral, but like someone just I was watching a video of someone who just records people or them making people's drinks at Dunkin' Donuts, and it's like they're absurd because it's like 12 sugar, 1 equal, and then like 8 pumps of 8 pumps of like caramel. You're like, that equal packet is fighting for its life. But what kind of viral videos have you seen recently? Like either on like Reels or TikTok or wherever. Well, like what was the wildest things that you've seen recently?
That was a flawless segue. Was that planned?
No, I was thinking about it.
You thought about it when Hans was talking about dirt, huh?
Yeah.
That was a good segue, dog.
Because
You should have brought it up, man. I was like, all right, I got this segue right here.
here in ZJA
got it.
podcast, the seminar, we're really good at segues. If you look at our previous episodes.
That's the new season 2.
Yeah.
The season 2 thing is that it's good now.
Whoa! It's always
good
been
for
good.
real
What you
now.
mean? It's always been good.
It's cleaner, moister, wetter.
Moister, dewier.
Oh my god. Anyways, TikTok algorithm. What was the question?
We were talking about Dirt Man, and then we segued into like what viral thing we've seen lately.
Viral thing. Viral trend.
or trends that like trip you out about like TikTok or anything like that. Like what is the more recent things that have tripped you out like on social media?
I don't really know. My TikTok algorithm's kind of tame. Like all I get is like am I the asshole ones, and then there's people playing Subway Surfers in the bottom half. I'm just like, I can't get enough of this. I'm just like, where's the next part?
See, that's what's crazy because like basically it's people reading these are just rehashing viral content, written content from Reddit, but for some reason, like these particular podcasts or whatever go viral because they're talking about
Yeah.
it. So I was like, how does this work?
Dude,
Like,
I mean, like I think rehashing is a concept in itself, because I think a lot of the really viral stuff too is like like for example our announcement coconut video, like taking the little bit of something and then like adding on to that has been like a really big thing, because there's that coconut one. I know for water there's that coconut one, and there's also that other like thick lady in the bikini like doing some belly splashes for water.
oh yeah,
that was good.
dude. The one she was like doing this, and then like the water just comes out.
So that one's
You know?
fire, dude. I love that one.
There's also the other ones of like the guy like falling out of a gurney, rolling out of a gurney, and I'm like, dude, this is so fucked up.
But like that, here's the thing: those are like creative stuff like that you're kind of stitching onto, right? And you call that a stitch on TikTok. There are accounts that, like, let's say, like the Reddit ones, like the "Am I the Asshole?" They just voice generate reading through it, and they slap them just doing some sort of activity, like whether it's Subway Surfers or like playing something else, or arts and crafts or whatever, and that's their entire channel. And they have so many followers, and they go viral, and like so many views. I'm not gonna name who. I have a friend who did some sort of content like that once to experiment. And you guys know the Korean mukbanger, the very skinny girl named Tsuyang?
yes,
Yeah. She travels around. She eats a shit ton of food.
Yeah.
My friend basically took her videos, short form contented it, kind of edited it. It's not like just copy paste, but like took that stuff and just kind of made his own edits, posted it on TikTok, and he got one video just blew up viral, millions of views, and then he got thousands, tens of thousands, 100,000 plus followers, and then he got into the TikTok creator program. This form of content is technically illegal. Eventually he got IP banned for it, so he can't create on his phone anymore, or device banned, I think. So but people will find ways to work around it. They'll use VPNs. This man, my friend, made $18,000 in 1 month.
Holy shit!
1 month.
Nice.
God,
$18,000
right?
just for slapping on copy paste content.
It is what it is.
Now I see why people do it. The money's there.
Yeah.
And there's so many creators out there. It's not not much of a risk. You might get banned, but like if you're on a VPN or whatever or something that hides you, just make a new account and do it again. And that's how people
that
make
follows
money.
under the same category as people that copy like cut up and do like the CapCut cuts of like anime.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or movies. Sometimes, speaking of which, TikTok content algorithm. What part of my algorithm? Sometimes I get these random snippets of movies that are just like attention grabbers. I'm like, what movie is this? I look at it. I'm just like, I found a movie title. I'm like, is work slow today? Yeah, let me just watch this movie. I end up watching the entire movie.
Right.
it's industry plants. I swear to God.
I swear. Yeah, like BDG, Law and Order SVU. We talked about this a few episodes ago, and we were talking about like hyperfixations. BDG is hyperfixated on Law and Order.
What are you gonna say?
A lot of them too will be like AI generated voices too. Like, welcome to Screen Recap. Today we will be going over the movie Parasite. And then it goes through the whole thing, and I'm like, all right, this isn't real, but I'm invested now. Like the voice, like all of it was scripted. I don't even know if they wrote it. And then they just like, some of it is hilarious too because of like YouTube's censoring, and they'll like change like acts that characters are doing, or like attacks that they're doing to like a funnier word. And it's so funny to watch accounts and how they go around like the cursing system, or you know what I'm saying? That is so it is so good.
Yeah. Someone disrupted the classroom, by the way.
Look at me. I'm the podcast now.
Anonymous wrote, does Hans keep dirt under his pillow for the dirt man? If so, can he throw dirt at LA for locking us in the fridge?
Nah, man, I got no dirt to give. Dude, we got a rocket. Yeah, covering rocks. That's the rule, brother. And you on your own, man. It's cold in there. I don't know. Get moist. It'll get out. Overheat. Use the Pokemon move overheat, brother. No, on that same note, like thinking of like weird things in the algorithm, one thing that came up to me that had like always trips me out is the "Your Hand in My Hand." I don't know if you guys have seen that, or it's like a song from this. I don't know what the movie is. I think Denise knows it, but the song goes, "Your hand in my hand, I could never choose to love another. Maybe I could learn to love you too." And it like will pair two characters that should not be in a relationship. Like I think the worst one I've seen is like Joker and Lupani. I'm like, oh nah, dude, you went sicko mode on me, dog. You got me. Or like, there's a meme too because like Skitty and Waylord can have eggs because they're in the same egg group. They put those two together. I'm like, what is Skitty? One day I could learn. That's crazy. Or I think one of the crazier ones too. I saw the guy from the Bee movie, the Bee and the Eye of Sauron. I'm like, where did this one come from? I'm like, it's just getting crazier. Like, and like the amount of brain rot that I like have actively come into my life. Like I'm watching like memes where like people are pretending to break up with each other, and the other guy's like, "No, babe, you were my W. You were my number one. You were my guy, and now it's over." And then the girl's like, "No, I swear, you're the only one who can mew with me." And it just goes on for like a whole hour, and then I send it to Denise, and she's like, "Nope." And I have coworkers sending it to me, like the worst stuff. Like just like my brain cells are gone. They're gone, brother. And when we're collectively losing them together, but like I can't stop. So I just stay moist.
Stay moist.
And I lock in, dude. This is me, dog. I was like, Denise will walk by and be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so awful."
There's ones that came up recently are like did you know that if you burger a burger and then if you put it in a patty, then it's a burger? You're like,
No.
my brain hurts. You're like, it's really, you're listening to it, you're just like trying to follow it, and it just goes, when the lettuce and the burger with the pickles and they burger, it's a burger. Like, huh?
I think a trend that follows that same suit, and I see it as a comment to respond to like dumb stuff, is just like, "Hey, they don't know this secret." It's just something completely unhinged. They're like, "Oh, like, no, never mind, no."
No, too much brain rot. Too much brain rot.
Like, oh, wait a sec, Hans. Check yourself.
You know what's crazy? We've been almost an hour into this podcast, and I just realized that Hans has the Seminar Season 2 Episode 1, like the board
Yeah,
over there.
All Denise, man. Dude, I felt bad too. She was like, "Hey, what do you think of that?" And I was like, "Oh, that's so cool."
Yo, we were
And I just sat back, and she's like,
we were in a call for 2 hours before this went live, and I still didn't notice it until now.
"She's so thoughtful, man. She's so thoughtful."
Yeah.
Best producer.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that really just grabbed their attention, man. It's good.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Dude, I think that's the problem. With social media, I highly believe that these forms of content have just given us the most micro like diagnosis of ADHD. Like our generation has this micro dosing ADHD that is just impacted in our brains, and we can't let it go. Like
It's micro dosage of dopamine rush.
Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah.
I think my first case with it was like the first time I ever started to really get into Reels when I first came here in like 2021. I got home. I was like, I can't wait to play this game. I'm here early. Denise doesn't get home for like 2 hours. I got like time. I took a shower, laid on the bed. I was like, I'm just gonna scroll while my hair dries, and I like closed it when Denise opened the door. I was like, there's no way. Did you come home early? She's like, nah. Nah, I'm home. I'm like, there's no way. And I had to limit myself from that point to like try to stop myself from continuously doom scrolling.
Yeah. Because the dopamine, like every time you scroll, you're just like, oh man, like what's the next thing that's gonna entertain me? And you keep going and keep going. And you like forget that like 2 hours, like 2 hours have passed, and you're like, oh, I wanted to play freaking Hades or something, you know? I wanted to do something else.
What is the longest you guys have ever scrolled for? In one sitting.
I think I start to get like thirsty or hungry after 2 hours. And I'm like, oh man, oh shit.
Bro, if you have food with you already, you're doomed.
Yeah, I think 3 is like my top 3 hours.
Yeah, I think 3 as well.
Yeah, mine was 4 hours, and I remember this one day. I came back home from the gym, and it was hot. It was in the summer, so
Of course.
yeah, I sat down on my chair, turned the AC on. I was like, yeah, let me cool down a bit before I hop in the shower and then make dinner and then play some games and go to bed. I got back home from the gym at 9 p.m. Right. And I'm just like, all right, well, let me just scroll through some TikTok, before I go in the shower. 4 hours later, it's 1 a.m. I fell asleep while scrolling.
No.
And I woke up at 2, and I went straight to bed without showering after the gym.
No.
Did not eat dinner. I woke up the next morning. I'm just like, I need to clean my bed sheets. Like, I'm throwing my bed sheets in the laundry. Now I have to do more work. I'm just like, yeah, I'm never doing that shit ever again. 4 hours,
dude. That's crazy. Like, you just wake up and then it's still on the same TikTok, and all you hear is, "I'm just a nasty girl." I'm just... you just wake up at 1 a.m.
watched?
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
and then someone, whoever created the TikTok video is gonna be like, why did this guy watch this for 8 hours straight?
My views have exploded.
Brother. 4 hours though. Dude, like just the amount of stuff you can get done in an hour, like just giving it up to like social media is wild.
It's just like it's the dopamine rush and the stimulation in your brain where because the algorithm's so good, it caters it to what you want to watch. And if you don't like it, you just move on to the next one immediately. And then you finish the video, you're like, I could do one more. It's short form content. And it's just doom scrolling.
You guys ever find yourselves having long form content that you on a weekly basis like to consume? Whether it's podcasts or I personally like YouTube documentaries, whether it's on like the fall or rise of somebody. I like those a lot.
I enjoy podcasts on a weekly basis or something like that. If it's very extra long form, I usually look it up as curiosity, and then I fall into a rabbit hole, and that's just another different story.
I watch 3-hour videos about specific Japanese restaurants.
hey, man, you're educating yourself. No,
well, it's also amazing background noise because the content I watch is typically no narration, just subtitles. Mm-hmm. So all you hear is the sounds of the restaurant and people
cool,
ordering and stuff. It's like, oh man, this is I don't know if that's so much content I'm watching, or is it content that I'm just it's kind of background content, something that is comforting.
You're still consuming it.
Yeah.
Because I feel that I definitely I'm a filthy VOD watcher. I have the streamers that I like, and then I just watch their VODs all the time, and that's my long form content. If I have even in the background, I'll just have it.
Yeah, I've done that a few times. Off topic.
Look at me.
But
I'm the podcast now.
Anonymous says, thoughts on the ocean background meme. You guys know what the ocean
What is
background
that?
meme is?
Dude, the way that our faces look like, we're just too. We're just not zoomer enough to
We're not
understand.
zooming. I'm about to Google
Oh,
this.
yeah, no,
I'm Googling this
gosh.
right now. I'm Googling this right
I
now.
know.
Ocean what?
Ocean
man?
background. Ocean background meme.
Dang, dude. I
Oh, is
feel
it
old now.
does it have that like specific like
Oh, is that like
song?
it has like
It's
a, like
like-
a
It's like a sad song that plays, and then something like terrible happens in the video that pops up in front of the ocean
I have
background.
no idea. Let me take a look at this.
I'm trying to find the template. Oh, TikTok has it like a template of it.
Okay.
It shows like bars going into
It's just like,
Da, da,
Yeah.
da, da, da.
Is that like the music that's played with
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I mean the soundbite I think is kind of funny. Usually, no.
With that sound though, it's always like something really stupid. It's like it looks like really sad at first, and then you just like at the end, it's something extremely stupid, and you're gonna like what
It's-
did I just
yeah.
watch?
It's usually a misleading kind of thing. I like it. I don't hate it.
misleading content and funny if it's done for comedy purposes. Yeah, I enjoy that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this on me slapping Mew across the table.
No, it's. I think that brings up like the interesting idea of like the utility of short form to lead into long form. Like I don't know how many podcasts I've watched from a clip that I thought was hilarious, or like how many comedy shows I've watched in full because I saw like just one joke in a cut form. And even more so like music, dude. Music gets insane. Like I think I listened to one where someone said that A&Rs are just pushing their artists, please make a TikTok. And you'll watch like somebody's TikTok of their hit song, and they have 15 of them making a TikTok about their song, and even the comments are like, "Dude, you're really milking this." Like, no, my A&R wants me to do this. Like, I have to. It's just how we get it across. I'm sorry if it's the 15th one in a row.
Yeah,
Dude, have you heard though, like the whole how, like with the music industry, how like TikTok is like changing fan bases, like how they interact like in crowds,
Mhm.
like they're in concerts.
What do you mean?
So
Like,
like
expand
so
on
like the idea of like someone pops off on TikTok, you know, and they're like popping off like hardcore. They go on tour and they have their first concert,
Mhm.
and then they only know their one song.
And
like,
just the chorus.
and just the chorus. Yeah, and
Yep.
just the chorus. No,
That's
like
so
I've
sad, man.
seen musicians like post about it, like on TikTok. We're like, dude, you know what's so sad is that like I'm here doing all my shit, and like the musician, the artist, whoever that was, acknowledged it too. Was like on stage, you know, was like, I know you guys only know these 15 seconds of this song, but sing along.
Right. That's so
Dude,
sad.
I was like,
Yeah.
dude, that's so fucked.
It like devalues the artist too. You're like, dang, dude. Like,
yeah. hmm
I had like an early experience of that, like just when I was in high school. I think it was Warped Tour came around, and Drake Bell was the final closing act, and he was getting heated, man, about people just being like, play the theme song, and he got to the point like, dude, like, guys, I have like a whole set. Like, if you guys like don't like chill out, like, I'm gonna just leave. And we're like,
Dude,
okay, I'm sorry.
That sounds like Darude. That sounds like Darude TwitchCon 20. Oh my god.
Oh, right.
Whatever that party was,
Yep.
Darude didn't play Sandstorm, and people were pissed.
It's hard, man. Even like the artist Hosier,
Yeah.
his number. You know how usually on Spotify you'll see their number one most viewed song as the first number one song. His number one song right now says "Too Sweet," which is his newest single. That's like "Take My Whiskey."
Yeah.
Knee.
Yeah.
I was like, it should be "Take Me to Church" because I know it's "Take Me to Church," but he's trying to distance himself from being like a one-hit wonder, which he's not. He's got great songs, but you want to distance yourself a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
this is my new stuff. Check it out. It's not even on the list of like the top 5. Like, there's no way
Oh
it's not.
wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's no way it's not. There's no way.
Yeah, no, it's tough for artists now that when TikTok's out, they're blowing up like just one song or a part of a song of an artist, and then they're only known for that, like Ella, you said, like 15 seconds of just a song. And yeah, it makes it a lot tougher for artists. TikTok's a great way for some artists to blow up, though, and get more recognition. And there's always going to be a small or somewhat of a percentage of people who actually might be interested in the artist after listening to something that blows up. Like, I'm sure I've come across a few like musicians or whatever where I've listened to something a little bit. I'm just like, oh, let me check out more of his stuff. So there's always two sides, but I think majority of the people like are the ones that kind of just recognize them only for the short bit.
I will say I'm with you on that part where it's like, oh, like if I hear part of a song that I really really like, then I will deep dive into that artist. Like Leifei was one that I like.
Japanese artists, when I come across, sometimes that's on my algorithm.
Yep.
Japanese indie artists, I'm just like, holy, and then I was so mesmerized and captivated by like just 10 to 15 seconds of it. I need to listen to this full song. What other songs does this person have? Crazy.
Yep.
I feel like I feel like that's not a innate thing for people these days. Like we say that so easily, but I feel like it's so not embedded in like the new culture. Like I'm not gonna say Gen Z Zoomer culture, but just the new culture. I feel like that's so hard to relate.
No, you can say Gen Z.
I don't
Let them
know
know.
why. Well, I just don't know why. I don't know why that's so hard to. I mean, I guess it could relate to the, wanting immediate results and try to just tell me who it is and tell me everything about you right now.
Yeah.
But
Ella, you were about to say something?
I
Gabe.
forgot.
It was along the lines of like, finding out like what you like 50 seconds and then just digging more into it or whatever.
K-pop.
Okay. All right, moving on to the next topic. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. What were you?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh,
That was it.
okay.
Kiss of life. That's it.
I think that like going off of ZJ's point with like the way that like the new wave that's coming in, you can like take a step back and focus more so like on the evolution of like the way that social media has moved. And in my opinion, the way that I've watched it is it used to be like scrolling content, but it mattered to your feed, right? That was Facebook. And it was things that catered to you because it wanted to keep you there. It gave you no ads. And then from there, it gave you ads. And then from there, Snapchat came out and it became about stories. And then all of the different social media platforms were like, that's cool. And then just added it to theirs. Like YouTube has stories, Facebook had stories, Instagram had stories. And they're like, at some point, TikTok came out and they're like, oh, short form. And everyone was like, I like some of that. Give me that. And now everybody has short form. There's shorts, there's reels, and there's TikTok, right? And then even like seeing Twitter and the way that it's used, I've seen YouTube videos have like Twitter style posts, like where there's just words or just a a poll. And I'm like, huh? When could you do this? I think the evolution of it is that all of them want to be the one social media platform. Or at least that's how I've seen it.
I'm so not used to having smooth segues. Let me
I saw it in your eyes. I was just like, don't say it, Sepy.
No, you know why I have to say it though? You know why I have to say it? Guys, for the entirety of season 1, I go through every single VOD from episode 1 through 10 that was uploaded, right? And we uploaded on Spotify and YouTube. I need to go through the entire VOD. I'm skipping around. I'm time stamping. I have to separate into chapters of when a segment starts. So whenever I hear a really shitty segue, I'm like, that's it. That's the timestamp. This is gonna make my job much harder. Trying to timestamp this VOD.
Good luck. We're like, when did Hans mention social media again?
No, I was confused for a minute too because it said a rip bird app. I'm like, wait, what does it actually mean? And I had to go back to our itinerary and be like, what is it? What are we talking about here?
Bird app. Oh, rip the bird app for real.
Yeah, rip bird app. Anyways, good segue, Hans. Talking about the evolution of social media. It has, like Han said, it has definitely evolved a lot. I remember my first social media was probably Zanga.
Oh God, you went even further back.
I'm showing my age right now, but like,
Bruh.
Zanga.
What was that?
That
What
was
is
that was like
Oh God.
LA.
Hans is the young boy in the room, by the
Oh
way.
right,
God.
right.
the oldest thing I can think of is just Friendster.
Pre-Friendster.
It's pre-Friendster. That's crazy, bro. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And you know MySpace, right? You heard of MySpace?
Yeah,
Zanga was
yeah.
before MySpace.
That's crazy.
So that was
Um,
like late elementary school for me.
Huh? Fuck. I didn't. All I played was Pokemon Crater back then, though.
Late because I remember MySpace happened when I was in 6th grade, I think. In middle school, beginning of middle school.
Was there any movement on it, or was it just like posts, or is it more like
It's
Tumblr
like, yeah,
bloggy style?
it's like your own like page, like a blog, kind of like
More blog style.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, definitely insane.
Yeah.
That's a.
God.
Reminiscing.
You guys, you said freaking elementary, and like I was like, oh God.
It makes me kind of grateful too, because you're thinking about it now. Like the idea of social media for elementary schoolers is actually like a thing. Like for us, we were like, dude, I was focused on playing Game Boy or freaking DS when I got home. Now they're like, they'll maybe play a game, but they got to film that thing too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, come on, man, just be in the moment.
Yeah. And also
that is a weird thing. Go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry,
no, I was gonna say, and also like just playing games. You know, a lot of kids nowadays they grow up, they don't go outside in the house these days. They're playing games. They're on the computer. They're on the phones. You know, when I was a kid, and I love playing games. I was hooked onto my Super Nintendo, my Game Boy Advance all the time. But when I had my Game Boy Advance, my parents would say, "Get out of the house, go play with your neighbor." I'm like, "Okay, yeah." I'd bring my Game Boy, and we would just play Game Boy outside.
Hey, hey.
Still counts.
Yeah, still does. What were you saying?
Yeah, I because like I'm pretty sure that it's I know it's very very different nowadays where you know like technology is everywhere, and like when I was growing up I didn't like I was running off of like a 56K modem like growing up, so I didn't really have a lot of like didn't have a lot of like
I was there
time
during
online.
dial-up. I was there during dial-up.
Dial-up, right? Dial-up times. But I can't imagine growing up in a time like this. I mean, not I can't imagine it, but like I know there's a lot more to consider, like if you're a parent with like not only your kids growing up in this age, and having to deal with all the external like influences, and I can't fathom, because like when I remember growing up and being like the only things I had to worry about is like, am I gonna play basketball and like am I gonna be able to play like Halo with my friends? So
Right,
I had to go to their house to play Halo together. So I mean, like I'm actually curious ZJ's perspective on this, because ZJ's a teacher. So
Yeah, 100%. Frontliner.
True.
yeah, frontliner.
Parents need to fucking buck up. That's what I'm. That's you want my take. That's my take. Okay, I stand on the fence of yes, the world is changing. Yes, it's hard, but also, what are you gonna do about it?
Mhm.
You can't just throw an iPad at a kid and think you're gonna be fine. You know, I think that's the issue with some of the parents that I deal with now, is definitely the parents are learning social media, and when I say learning, they are also consuming. So they're
Yeah.
consuming and learning at the same pace, or even sometimes even faster than their own kid is consuming and learning.
Right.
So I believe that when, as a parent, you're continuously consuming and learning, you do not have the capacity to deal out and give teachings to your kid. And so,
Right.
I'm on the fence of like, hey, parents, you need to put your phone down. Put your phone down. Not just the kids, but you put your phone down,
Right.
and then you do the thing for your kid. Because it should be easy for us to learn, right? Like technology now is easy for us to learn, especially, like you're a grown adult. We integrate the system into our jobs. You should know how it works. You don't have to like go learn extra, like you just have to know that what's not good for you is also not good for your kid. Period. I mean, I think that's just the hardest thing to realize is like, I think kids and childhood is like the more simplified, watered down version of adulthood. Like, I think that's the same thing. It's just, when you believe there's a discrepancy, then that's when you run into power issues and generational, like gaps and misunderstandings. It's because you don't believe it's the same thing. Let that simmer in your brain holes. Sucks to suck, parents. You gave birth to these monsters. Now deal with them.
Social media has definitely evolved in a way where it affects parenthood too. Like it's crazy. Growing up as a kid, I just remember occasionally having a camera to my face where parents want to record their special memories of babies, right, and kids, like your baby's first step, first word or whatever. But it's for their own sake, right? Now, I see parents, like some of my older friends are mothers and fathers, and they have kids, babies, and like I get it. Your babies are really cute, and but they're constantly having their phone out, sharing to the entire social media of what your baby looks like, what your baby is doing. And I'm just like trying to like, I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad thing. I don't even know if it's a bad or good thing, but I'm just trying to like think like, imagine the kid growing up and there's always a camera in his face. And that's what the baby or kid is used to. But at the same time, imagine if you were to seclude your baby from all sources of social media and technology, and then they go to school where every other kid has a phone or whatever. Now, that brings me to the question of where is the fine line of exposing your kid going to school to what's in this world with social media and devices and technology versus letting them kind of trying to enjoy the joys of being a kid and enjoying, things that we used to when we were growing up.
Right.
Like, where's that fine line? Oh, a little bit of a thought-provoking question here, huh?
Well, it's interesting because like I have two nephews and a niece, and like they're still very much babies, but like they still get their like Nintendo time and like stuff like that. So I feel like there has to be enough time for them to be able to learn about all that stuff. But at the same time, like, not enough that it consumes their time. Like, my nephew plays basketball, and my niece plays basketball too, and like they have social things that they do outside of the house, and they are excited about that stuff. And but they still, whenever I visit, my nephew wants to play Mario Kart with me. I'd wreck him. No, but
that's not nice. But actually, no, they got to learn the hard way. That's how you get them better.
Yeah, he will be the best after I'm done playing Mario Kart. But it definitely there has to be a balance, because like I also know that from what I've been reading, a lot of we grew up with technology as it was evolving, right? Where a lot of people have the technology already and don't know how to fix it. Like we know how to control alt delete on our PCs, right? But like there are people that have like no clue about any of that, because we had to diagnose and figure out all that on our own growing up, whereas like now it just works. And there's like, I know this like kind of like not fully related to social media, but I feel like being technologically literate and being literate as far as like social media is concerned is all important.
It's definitely a part of the like expectation for kids nowadays, and I'm gonna expand upon it, being like, there's things that we learned were extremely important and that there was value in, such as like finding sources, like in high school and stuff, like citing your sources. And something that I've been trying to like bring to myself is not believing the first headline or believing the first like short form thing what it said, because you don't know unless you like really dig into it. And there's times where you don't even want to dig into it. You're like, oh, I don't really care about that, or just a world thing that isn't in my in my strike zone that I care about. And like something that I kind of wish too, and this is something that will extend into schools, is that there is a glorifying of like online like jobs, specifically based around entertainment. And the ones that will glorify, let's say, like being someone who pressure washes like sidewalks, they're getting their time, but so much of it is absorbed by like the super streamers, the super red pill content, the super extreme things where the point of it is to reach out to people that are struggling and get back on track, but not really for the people who are on track to like go to the extreme. You know what I'm saying? And those kids are growing up in that. They're either being taught to be super like one way or the other. And in that same vein, I've seen a few content creators where I'm like, I think that's the cool model. And one of them, I think his name is like something in Shannon, or like Andrew and Shannon, something of that like outlook, where he went to college, he did basketball, made money from it, decided I'm done, started his own business, has his own business, his wife has his own business, they both live with their family, and they discuss why they like living with their family for cultural reasons. And then they had a huge TikTok that blew up that they spend 2 hours during the weekends on, and it acts as a supplementary income to what they already do. And I think that's a great way to like bring it up to children, where it's like, hey, this is a cool thing. Like when you're super passionate about something, this is what you can do and this is what you can accomplish. You can have like, they have sponsored deals that are huge, and they can say no to them too. A lot of people, when they get famous and they get on these, they'll take the first thing. They won't even look at what it's selling. And I think it's a good idea to show like what happens when you have a source of income and you understand money first, and then you bring into account making content that you like, and then integrating your creativity into a brand, and then other brands approaching you being like, I like the way you present that. That's really cool. Can you present mine? Like in a funny way, in an artistic way. I think that I wish that was the model. And it's my model currently, where it's like I have a job and I want to make music or art on the side, and I want it to be completely me. And if anyone wants to sponsor me and like be a patron to me, I want them for me, not for like, hey, say this for 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, honestly, like scrolling through TikTok, there are some creators that I follow, and then they get sponsored by an ad, and I watch it, and it'll clearly say like sponsored, like post. But then I'll watch it for the creator. I'm just like, wait, this ad was great because I thought it was just a regular video.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just to add, Jay and Sharon was the name of the group that I really loved. They were, mwah.
Heck yeah.
ZJ looks like, what happened to my camera? Whoa. Hello?
Whoa. He went in the fridge.
He's in the fridge.
Oh no!
It was in the fridge.
Shit.
Turn on the light.
Bust out the 920.
Dude, he's in the fridge, man.
The C920.
What happened?
Dude, he freaking overheated.
I think my camera overheated.
Yeah, turn it off and turn it back on.
I tried.
Blow on it. Blow in the cartridge. We talked about troubleshooting. Just blow in the cartridge, bro.
It's not working.
Hey, man. Kids don't know about that, man.
Well, while Sepy's handling that, I think I will say there are so many there are really good creators out there that like also talk about like woke parenting. I don't know if you guys have ever seen
Mm.
like woke parenting like TikToks where they talk about like how to handle like like breakdowns with your 5-year-old, or how to or how to like incentivize your way of living so that your kid can understand this.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
I think I want to pull an example from like one of my cousins.
Okay.
They do a really cool thing with their kids. They have a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they have like a thing on the wall where basically every single time they do chores, they accumulate hours or they accumulate minutes that they can earn on their devices.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm dead again. My camera is
Yeah, so I think that's like one of those ways where it's really good to teach them about hard work. It's a really good thing to teach them about how to get things that they want by doing, by doing tasks. How to time manage, like doing extra assignments, doing their homework and doing their schoolwork while like maintaining this wallet of minutes so that they can do what they love. Because like everybody grows up in this I think the one thing that surprises me, or it doesn't surprise me anymore, what do you want to be when you grow up? A YouTuber, a
Yeah.
vlogger, a streamer,
Right.
and I think it's very important that I think we can all recognize that you got to understand how to work hard to do any one of those things. Like you're not just going to come in here and have fun all the time, like if that's something that you want to do, sure, yeah, it'll be a fun job if you decide to do it, but it doesn't mean it doesn't require hard work. And it also doesn't mean that you're not going to learn how to put the energy that you need to, how to use the energy and find the energy that you need to do exactly what you love. Which is such a, beautiful concept. And I think those creators that you shared, Hans, is like a really good example of like, how do you let your creativity influence the creativity of your kids? How to, and that's the part that is really, once you realize that technology doesn't go away and that it's just
Right,
going to
yeah.
exist, you can't just take it away. It's
yeah.
going to exist, period. You recognize that it exists. You have to figure out how can you develop a healthy relationship with it existing in your life is the part that's really hard, like for parents and kids to understand, is like, what does a healthy relationship with technology for you, because that's different for everybody else.
Yeah, because like
all right.
even if
My camera's borked.
even if
I think it's overheated. I'm gonna switch to a new camera while you guys talk. Go on ahead.
okay, I mean, like speaking of like you can only deny a kid stuff like that for so long, and then eventually they're gonna grow up and they're gonna do it anyway. Like for me, it was like I was only allowed to play video games on weekends, and now I'm like, I'll play whatever I want now.
Right.
And I don't know if like that my response to not being able to do those things is doing it more as an adult, or was I just always passionate about video games growing up? Like I loved my Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64. It was like the one thing that I looked forward to every weekend. But now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I can do that whenever I want. I'm gonna go buy video games. I'm gonna hit Steam. I'm gonna build myself a nice computer. I'm gonna do all that.
Heck yeah.
So that is the question for you guys, is like, what are things that like you couldn't do often because you were a kid or you were denied that stuff, but you can do it now?
Mom said
ZJ.
no. Nice.
You got the ZJ. Hit us.
Nice. I think my parents were really cool. I mean, if I wanted to talk about the technology part, like I didn't have my first phone since until 6th grade.
Mm.
And that was like a Nokia, you know. So I had a Nokia at 6th grade, and I think I the only reason why I could get my first iPod was was because I had to earn money for it at the age of 15.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but mom said no. I feel like I feel like me coming into adulthood is just like, you know, I hit this creative awakening in college and I started doing everything I know my mom didn't want me to do. You know?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, like that's still relevant though. Like
Yeah.
like my parents didn't wanted me to be an engineer or a nurse or like a pharmacist, but like I mean, my parents said no, and I'm doing things that I wanted to do growing up. Like I'm playing video games. I'm doing stuff on the internet. I'm like I have a job with a toy company. Like I like these are all things that like I wanted to do. That like and I wasn't able to pursue, like photography in particular was something I wanted to pursue. I knew I wanted to pursue when I was in like middle school, high school. Like, I mean, granted, it's not that my parents said no. It's that like they couldn't afford to give a 14-year-old a DSLR or an SLR camera, right? So I couldn't pursue that when I was a kid. But when I became an adult, that's when I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna buy this camera because I have the money to do it. I'm just gonna do it, and it turned into a career that's been 13 years at this point. So, like, what? Well, like I like that's on the like almost like impulse but responsible part. But like, what are other things that we have done?
You were talking about that, and like the first thing I thought of was right when I turned like 18. You know, the first defiant thing that I bought was a fucking semi-automatic Nerf gun.
That's not bad, dude.
Dog,
Hey man,
dog, my mom then was like, no guns at all. Turns 18, I got a freaking minigun, just like
dude, wait,
the clear one, the clear one with the tripod and the chain bullets.
yeah,
Dude,
the chain man,
That's insane.
Nerf gun,
Yeah, I went all out. The biggest one.
Oh
What
man.
about you, Sepy?
A drink. Okay, I mean that's a joke, but but actually I would like to elaborate here a little bit. I do not condone underage drinking, but
the butt
Thanks for that.
in there.
I
That's a
think
good
it
one.
is important to be exposed to such things or whatever things earlier than later. And that goes along not with drinks, but like other things in general. I have friends that have done nothing but study all the way from elementary school to high school till they graduate, and then they're finally off on their own. But their parents have made them study 5 hours a day. They sent them to after-school cram schools. They don't let them go out and have fun with other people. And what do? The first thing that they go to college, they get accepted into like a prestigious college because they're very good at studying and whatnot. I've had friends that went to Ivy League schools and eventually dropped out because they just partied too hard and they stopped studying because they never had that rebellious stage. And of course it's a pain in the ass to the parents when your kid has to go through a rebellious stage, right? But I think it's important to be able to be exposed to certain things that, quote unquote, we're not allowed to do, but at an earlier stage, like in the adolescent period or whatever, so that we understand that we've gone through it and we know what it's like. And hopefully, obviously, moderation is key. If you get exposed to alcohol at the age of like 15 or 16, which sometimes kids do these days, but if you take it too far, you could develop into an alcoholism. But within moderation, I think there needs to be some sort of like a controlled environment, but at the same time with freedom. And for me, I did drink when I was younger. And the first thing my parents did was, if you're going to drink in high school, you're going to drink with us first. So my dad started me off with wine. And I thought wine was fucking disgusting back then. But, like it ended up becoming an acquired taste later on when I got older. And now I love wine. But I understood what the feeling of being drunk was when I was 14, when my dad made me drink wine with him. More than a glass too. But controlled and safe environment. I'm not doing anything stupid. But now, when I went to my first party in high school, I was on the football team. So in order to be cool in high school, you went to all these parties and drank beer with the people illegally. I knew what the feeling of being drunk was like, so I could actually be responsible. And that's something for me though, with just being able to like not being able to do something as a kid until now. But now I'm old enough. I drink responsibly.
Yeah.
I'd like to think I do. Off topic, but anonymous.
Look at me. I'm the podcast now.
Says, welcome to the fridge, Mr. Uyu. Please be considerate of yours and others' space in here. All of these anonymous donations and tips have been just fridge related. LA, what have you done?
Or dirt related.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
But anyways, that's my 2 cents with the whole things you couldn't do as a kid but can do now.
I think
Yeah, go ahead. No, not you.
just moving into that, I'm gonna expand off of what Sepy said because I did like what he said about like exposure, early exposure. Starting off with what mom and dad said no to was I wasn't allowed any games until I was like in at least like late elementary school. I think a Game Boy was the first thing I had, and I didn't get like a DS till I was in middle school. I never had a game station that wasn't handheld until I think high school. So I kind of just had to live vicariously to my friends. But because of that, one thing that I did learn was I had to have fun with my friends when they would explain these things. So I would just listen, and then I think I learned how to share like joy with people. And that was a cool thing because I didn't have that stuff, and I just had to share and them being excited about it and not really knowing, but still like encouraging them. And that's like a cool skill that I think helped me have empathy growing up. And I think that being disconnected allows you to have like qualities like that, where it's like you learn how to be entertaining because you don't have the experiences, or you learn how to be socialized. And as I got older, I especially working, one of the big things, especially if you're working with a lot of guys, especially a lot of guys that are like, in my opinion, hard asses, where it's like, it's my way or the highway, you have to be able to take that joke. You need to be able to be called green, slow, terrible. Hey, slow guy, get over here, pick up your stuff, and smile. And be able, and fire back. You have to be able to understand that, because that's the way that guys usually vet each other, with like teasing. And sometimes it's you get one shot, that first initial first impression to get it. Otherwise, you're just he's that young kid forever. And going into what Sepy was saying about exposure, I think that when it comes to like virtuousness, being good, being humble, being smart, being anything, you don't know until you're given a terrible choice. If you're given the choice to do wrong and you do right, then you're virtuous. If you're given the choice to do the wrong thing and you do the right thing, then you've learned. Because if you don't know, you're just ignorant of the wrong choice, and it gets worse. Because the more ignorant you get, the more devious people get, because you'll get older and people will become more malicious, and it could lead to the end of your life if you're in the wrong city, in the wrong place. But I think like being exposed to people that are harder to talk to, harder to accept you, really helps you to lock in and be like the best person that you can be. You can learn from them, as well as be a virtuous person, knowing what the bad is. I love that. And so I think when parents say no, I think as long as they're allowing their kid to socialize, I think that's the most important thing, in my opinion.
Damn.
Yeah, you're gonna break ZJ's fingers.
What's going on with him?
No,
Sorry, I was like in the sauce. Dog.
Exactly, because you're in the sauce. ZJ's all just like.
Dog, I'm fucking stirring that pot while you in there, buddy. I'm like, let's fucking go.
No, but 100% agree. 100% agree. Oh, here's a little fun
Oh,
one though.
man.
What I couldn't do as a kid, but can do now: drive. Had to get my mom and my dad to drop me off everywhere, go to my friend's house and whatnot. The moment I became 16, I got my permit. 17, I got my license. I was a senior in high school. You know, lunchtime, drive to the fast food restaurants. You were the cool kid. After school, after practice, drive to your friend's house without having your parents have to drop you off anywhere. Drive to the mall as a high school kid. You know, that's yeah.
Man, you brought that up, and I'm like thinking about what you said about like being exposed to things early on. I got in a car crash when I was 17.
That's some sort of exposure.
Like I mean, like this. I was driving a Toyota Previa. I had my sister and a bunch of my friends. It's a 3-row van.
Yep.
Everyone full, right? I'm not paying attention. I have my windows down. The windshield wipers are going, and I was like, oh shit, I should probably close the windows because the water's gonna get in. Not pay attention. Straight into like the smallest Toyota you could have run into, the Toyota Tercel. And it's in there's this like middle-aged guy and his like 80-year-old mom. I'm like, fuck. But like things like you know, like I wasn't not supposed to be taking out the van and was not supposed to have everyone in the car with me. Like it was a bad decision, but like the exposure that I got from that point, going back to what like I was just saying is like that's what made me better after that. Like and like thinking about you talking about drinking, like I remember having my first sip of alcohol like when I was 14, and like I hated it, but it was amongst like at least good friends who like didn't force me to drink anything further than that. It was just very much like oh, you want to just try it? Like oh my god, yeah, all right, whatever, I'll try it. But that like still prepared me for what I would have faced in the future, like in college and stuff. And like I'm not much of a drinker still, and but I do enjoy certain things. But I don't know how I would have coped in situations past that. Like if I didn't have those certain situations happen to me early on. And as much as you know, my parents say no, but like you know, there's things that like were necessary for me to go through to feel more like an adult growing up, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, like, you know, just expanding on the drinking thing, you know, after I had the experience of drinking with my dad, eventually when I was in high school, my parents, like, told me, like, they were kind of like, hey, your high school friends, those kids are drinking now, right, at these parties? I'm like, yeah. Are you going to those? I mean, like, yeah, but I'm not really drinking. I was obviously lying. And my yeah, and then I remember my parents telling me, you know, if you go to those, you can drink, just don't drive, and don't get into any cars that are also driving. Just call us and we'll pick you up after. And then she also said, if you want to drink with your friends, make sure that you do it at our place where it's controlled. And we will call the parents and let them know and tell them. And if their friend's parents say no, then we're not gonna let you drink. That's what it is. So I would tell my friends like, hey, my parents are letting us drink at their place, but you need to get permission to tell them that we're drinking at my place because my parents will call your parents. And we did that like a few times, and it was great. We didn't cause any trouble, and it's like, you know, safe, controlled environment. I think that's exactly how I would raise my kids in the future.
Yeah.
Exposing them to these kind of things is like, it's illegal, but like we know you're curious. So we're going to feed your curiosity, but in small doses.
I like that. Oh, go ahead.
Got it. You first.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted, my short comment was I like that vetting process of like, if you can't do this, man, sorry. Like, my vibe, my tribe kind of thing, where it's like, if you can't vibe with this dude, what else can I not trust you with? You know. Go ahead, Hill.
Sorry, I am completely. My attention got completely thrown because Z just still has the dad towel on his shoulder.
It's hot, man. It's hot.
So I don't remember what I was gonna say. I looked over at ZJ. I was like, the man still got his dad towel on his shoulder.
Yeah, dude.
Well, we've heard like the way like what's been happening to me, and like moving out here with Denise. I will say that I was extremely immature. I'm extremely immature. I lived with my mom. She cooked my meals. I didn't wash dishes, and I didn't understand how to wash dishes. I learned how to do my what do you call it? My laundry, because we had a laundromat. And that's how I learned. And moving here with her, one of the biggest things is like adapting and adulting and just being not a child. And there was things where she was just like, I cannot believe you do not know how to do this. And one of those huge things for us, especially after getting our home and adapting to each other, was money. And some of the big things for us was, how we split things, separate accounts or same accounts, things of that sort. What is the most important thing for the house? What is the most important thing for our lives? What can we throw money at? What can't we throw money at? So for you guys, how has becoming an adult brought up the irresponsibility or the responsibility with money in your life?
As you can see over here is my Tower of Kirby. I have all these Kirby figurines in here, right here. No, but like, I feel like becoming an adult and like getting adult money, consistent adult money. It's like, it definitely feeds into my impulse for sure, because there are things that like I would not be able to afford back in the day that like they're like, oh, like for example, I have brand new computer speakers because I was like, oh, like I have money now. I'm an adult. I like can afford to spend money on nice speakers for my PC because I want to watch anime in like with better sound. So let me just throw money at it, even though like I didn't need it.
Right.
I just wanted something nice for myself. So but like at the same time, like we all have bills to pay and stuff. So what other stuff like that have you guys bought? Like or are they like adult money? Like what was the adult money things for you guys? So you're just looking around like
I got 100 pool noodles.
You have 100 pool noodles?
Hey, man.
Hans is sitting on a Snorlax.
I got 100 pool noodles. Dog, I'm gonna tell you, man. Like sometimes my not even sometimes my art business feeds into my adult money situations. Like my adult money tendencies, because I get hyper fixated on ideas, and then I buy a bunch of stuff to do a bunch of crazy stuff. So like I don't buy anything expensive in particular, but I buy a lot of shit to make crazy shit. Like that's why I have like 100 pool noodles, because I had this idea of making a sculpture of like noodles that I folded into letters, and then like I put them on fishing line, and then I casted them out into the ocean, and then I got a drone, and then I would write a thing like a big old spaghetti soup, but like in the ocean. Like I wanted to make alphabet soup in the ocean, and that's what the vision is, and it's still the vision.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the mind of an artist.
Oh my god.
Hey man, that's just that's like how I spend my adult money is like I get money from this project and I'm just gonna fund the next stupid idea. Like
Yo, this
like-
is ZJA is the perfect like combination of an artist and stupid things that men do. Yo, let's go buy a bunch of pool noodles and make alphabet soup, but like it's in the beach, like on the ocean.
dude, I was this close like maybe like 2 weeks ago to buying like 20 like inner tubes and making an igloo on the beach. You know?
That's what I'm saying. You're a perfect combination of an artist and the dumb things that men do.
I think it's cool, man. I think the freedom of money is dope.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about ZJ's pool noodle igloo idea.
Oh, dude, you can do whatever you want with your money, dude. Film it next time.
Yeah.
If you do it, film it though.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'll make 20 TikToks, I promise, of the same thing.
Me personally, other than the $430 I dropped on an Ari skin in League of Legends last week, a couple days
Brother,
ago.
you bought that shit?
Oh yeah, I bought it
Yo.
immediately. As soon as it released, I'm like, I'm about to make the biggest flex of my life and get bullied for it. Purchase immediately. Went into an ARAM game. First ARAM game, I got Ari. And ever since then, every single game that I play, I just get bullied and bullied and bullied. Everyone's like, wow, like, negative riz, yeah, minus 5,000 aura. Like,
You bought the Cybertruck of League of Legends, bro.
oh, hell yeah. I did. Oh, no.
Hell
But,
yeah, he did.
But the difference is the Cybertruck is ugly. This skin is nice.
That's true. Ari does look fire, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty lit.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't regret it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. It's adult money.
like, people spend money on gacha, like, characters and stuff. Like, there's I don't think there's anything wrong with getting the Ari skin.
But real talk though, I like going out for food a lot more than like I do like cooking. I saving money and stuff, but I like eating out more, even if it's by myself. And it's not only because of laziness; it is a little bit due to it, but most of the time, the reason is because growing up, I was not given that much allowance compared to kids around me. And just a disclaimer, I'm not going to lie, I was born in the Silver Spoon neighborhood. So a lot of kids around me was living in rich neighborhoods. I was in like the bottom tier of the rich neighborhood. But I'm grateful that I, grew up in a Silver Spoon kind of like environment and that my parents raised me properly, but they didn't give me much of allowance. My friends and I, when we get dropped off at the mall, my friends' parents are driving us to the mall. My friends all have $50 to $100 on them, and we're not even shopping. We're there literally just for food. My mom and my dad give me like $15 to $20 for food, and obviously it's enough. But yeah. So I never really had that much money to like buy food as a kid. And the moment I started making money, even as like a high school kid working I worked as a lifeguard in high school at a pool. And with that money, I would just go out and buy food with people. And from there, it's just being able to have the freedom of eating what I want, especially Taco Bell. I love my Taco Bell. Yo, the Cheez-It Crunchwrap Supreme is fire.
Are
Not
they?
sponsored.
Not sponsored, by the way, but we should be.
Not sponsored. What's so great about the cheese inside though? I'm genuinely curious because I keep seeing
just-
it. And saying,
It's not honestly, it's not even a texture because it doesn't. It kind of like softens when you get it, right? But it's not the texture. It's the extra cheese taste in it, and
okay.
I don't really know how to explain it, but it's fire.
You put the white sauce on.
You do put Dwight sauce
I-
on it though. It tastes fire.
I relate with Sepy. I do spend whatever I want on food, and that's like, I think when back home when I was like trying to think of like when I was scared of like I didn't have like a full-time job and I didn't have a place and I was stressing about like how life works. I was like, I want to get to a place where I just don't look at the bill ever, and I don't. I just pay for it, and like that's like where I'm at. And I'm happy to be there. Of course, there's times where it's like, maybe we should eat at home, but that's a completely moral based decision. That is not a financial based decision. It is that's definitely something that like makes me happy nowadays, and that's like my therapy for retail therapy. And it just like LA said, I was like, I need speakers. I'm gonna buy speakers. If I think the most expensive thing I bought this year was like a almost $3,000 computer. Just for it was like I was like, I need to be able to edit and stream. I want to stream and edit music at the same time. And I talked to Sepy about it. I was like, hey, is this strong enough? And he was like, no. I'm like, oh, what about this one? He's like, at least. I'm like, that's expensive. Yeah. I remember that conversation like, dang, that's a lot of specs, dog.
Yeah.
And it was a horrible decision for me because once I did it, I did not know that like Macs are so inclusive. So every program that I had was too old now. So not only did I buy a new computer, I had to buy a new DAW. Well, I had to buy the same one, just upgrade it. And when me and Denise were getting ready to start like doing this again and streaming, we were like, oh, let's plug in our capture card. No longer supported. The the 60 HD isn't supported, but the 60 HD Plus is. But you gotta go buy a new one.
Oh my God.
And then Denise was like, I have this like $20, like the $30 one that I got from Amazon. That one works, but the HD 60 don't. Are you kidding me? Like that stuff like boggled me, and then yeah, essentially I can spend money on things that make me happy without being like scared of like losing my house, which is kind of cool. And like and whenever Denise gets the itch to,
Gestures all around.
Yep. Hey, let me interrupt real quick and throw hands with ZJ for a bit. I did call you out on pooping, but I actually did not have Taco Bell today. I am still on my diet. I didn't have Taco Bell today. Don't you dare feed lies to the chat.
Was it yesterday?
No.
He's talking about getting it
I was
soon.
talking about, I was considering getting it today, but I did not have it today.
I see. Christian, there's your chance, bro.
There you go. Just be like, hey, yo, you want to get some Taco Bell after the
Texas
podcast?
man right now.
And is it really throwing you under the bus when everyone just assumes that you're pooping all the time anyways?
Hey, man, it's just a fact of the matter. It's just, everything goes through me,
that's how the skin stays so smooth.
I know, right? God. So smooth,
Man don't even need to exfoliate. He just
I want to go over there and touch your face, man. God.
God.
Pooping all the toxins.
So I mean, speaking of like eating out and stuff, like, is that like something? It's definitely an impulse thing, right? You're just like, I feel like eating out. Like I'm just gonna go and get food, right?
It could be an impulse thing, but also sometimes it's just like a plan thing. Like I'm craving this. Like I love eating out at restaurants and fast food sometimes, and just it's become like a. I mean, I don't know. This goes back to things you couldn't do as a kid but can do now.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do it much as a kid. Like it's not really like physically being able to go. It's more so I never received enough, like monetary stuff for it, like financial. But now that I can afford the stuff without even having to worry about it much, now that I have an income. It's just the freedom of going out and enjoying the food that I like. Because sometimes I was like, wow, these all my friends are always going out. They're getting trash food, like by the way, fast food all the time. But as a kid, like in high school, you eat that stuff, you never really gain weight. Sometimes, like our metabolism was a lot better back then. But
says you, brother, man. Says you. Must be nice.
Some of us. Some of us.
I love that. I love eating. And yeah. But
but
no, it's just food for me. I had like a really weird relationship with it because sorry, Dad and bro, like just everybody around me when I was growing up was of bigger stature. They were huskier than I was, and I if I didn't need to eat for like a few days, I just didn't, and that was because I'm addicted to stuff. So I would play like either video games for like 3 days straight and then pass out during a test at school, um, or be too locked in on a song and not eat stuff like that. And I think that my relationship with food, I thought it was healthy. But definitely as I got older, I did lean a little bit too much into like fast food. And there's times where it's like, hey, buddy, you're gonna die. You should probably eat something like homemade. And I think me and Denise both have that like itch where it's like we should probably make something at home, or at least eat something that was made in like a restaurant and not like on specifically like a fast food grill place where they take time and care for it, you know. And yeah, Denise cooked curry today. I'm looking forward to that. It's lit. What about you guys?
It's funny because I was thinking about that too, and well, specifically spending money on food. I went to Japan in April, and when I got back, it was like the hardest culture reshock, I guess I would call it, coming back. Because one thing, the freaking food in Japan is cheap, like really, really inexpensive, but it's all delicious. Like no matter if it smells good, go and you'll have a great time. And like nowadays, I feel like I need to be more responsible about spending my money on food that is actually decent, like actually good. Like going back to your point about like not being fast food. I'm like, sure, there's like stuff that I love. Like I still love my In-N-Out like every so often, but like I specifically I'm like hunting for places that like I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm willing to spend my money here because it'll be worth it, like in either quality or quantity. More often quality than quantity. But like I try not to be as impulsive with it as I used to, because like back like in college I'd be like, I'm gonna just go down the street and go to a yogurt spot and get me a pound of yogurt.
I get
like
it,
whatever. Yeah. Well, like speaking of like that, like I talking about eating good food, like are there like poor decisions when it comes to that? Like either like food or otherwise?
Oh yeah, I order too much Taco Bell sometimes.
The Ari skin. I don't know if you want to say.
I
good
mean,
or
no,
bad,
like
it's up to you.
poor money decisions is like it's subjective, right? Like, what was the poorest money decision you've made in the past, like, I don't know, let's say 5 years, because that's like just before a pandemic, and it can't be about rocks, okay?
I haven't made it yet. They don't have the grass we want yet. They're restocking.
I think I always find a way to justify what I buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Because I'm looking at a lot. I mean, maybe some useless plugins when it comes to like my DAW for music production.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Maybe I regret spending too much money on. Sometimes I don't find myself using it much, but it just looks cool and sounds cool, so I just buy it, right? But that's pretty much the only thing. Any other big purchases, like let's say my PC is my PC right now is very expensive and brand new upgraded. But I have not upgraded my PC since 8 to 9 years ago. That's my justification, because my old PC was crapping out. So
right.
I can justify spending about $3,000 or so on a PC every 9 years. That's kind of like my take on it.
I think so too. About you, ZJ?
100 pool noodles.
How much are 100 pool noodles? I'm curious.
Each pool noodle's about $3.
Jeez.
Oh my god. Dang, you bought like a plug-in like package, dude.
Yeah, crazy, man. You know, I didn't make my alphabet soup yet, so it's not worth it.
That's insane, dog. That's crazy.
I will say that I definitely like I spend too much on projects that like I don't follow through on. I think I have a large list of that. My guilty pleasure is Facebook Marketplace. So like that's just yeah.
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 Can't resist the deals, bro. The deals,
Yeah.
man. The deals.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, sometimes you'll find someone like saying, "I'm throwing this away."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go hunting at Facebook Marketplace right now.
I'm gonna sell my noodles on Facebook Marketplace. I swear to
Are you
God.
really gonna sell your noodles? But you were
Afford
trying to make the alphabet soup of the
No,
sea,
no, we'll
bro.
see, man. I bounce back and forth between them. That's why it's just it feels like a bad decision because I just can't make up my mind. Like,
Bro, first thing that popped up for me is a $350 Honkai Star Rail March 7th life-size standee.
That
Wow.
was something you bought?
No, I'm
Oh.
saying that's the first thing I see on Marketplace. I'm like, I'm about to go now. About to make some poor money decisions right now.
When I think of specifically a poor decision, it was just like something that made me fume. And I'm with Sepy where like I justify things. It's the first time I cannot justify what I did. And it was for my mom's like birthday, and me and Denise were hanging out with her downtown in San Diego. I cannot remember the place, but I just walked by this steak place and I was like, I want a burger from this steak place. And yeah, there's a burger here. And then my mom was like, "Oh, you here?" And so I was like, "Cool. I'll pay for it. Like it's chill." And like to preface, right before this place was a like $40 3-course meal deal that we skipped on because my mom was like, "You want to get this? Each one of us $40. You get like a appetizer, an entree, and a dessert, and like a drink." And I was like, "Nah, I want a burger. This place doesn't have a burger." And I went to this place that the guy heard me say out loud, "I want a burger," and the dude was in like upsell mode. Every single thing, like here's the steak list that we got. He kept pointing to the most expensive ones, and then it came to like the appetizers, the most expensive ones. Everything that was like, "Oh, do you want to upgrade that to the most expensive one?" And I was like, "No, dude, I want a burger." And it wasn't until we were sitting down that he was like, "We don't got any burgers, dog." Like I was like, "Dude, it's on the thing. You didn't like tell me this like as we were going." And I was so frustrated. And I was looking at my mom and I was looking at Denise, and they were both like, "Oh, he's mad." Like Hans doesn't get mad, dog. I don't get mad, dude. You gotta really push my buttons to get me mad, dude. If you see me looking at you and I'm smiling, I'm like, "Yeah, you give me the next biggest thing." Like, dude. I've never been that mad before, and I was like bending the fork. I was like, "Dude," and I ate the ribeye steak that he recommended me completely, and I ripped the bones. I was like, "I'm so mad at you right now." And no tip for you, dog. I was so frustrated. And Denise and my mom were like, it was her birthday and she was calming me down. I was just like, that's the worst decision I've ever made. I'm never getting upsold again. I know the behavior now. I've learned. Look me in the eyes. I will bite your eyes out next time, dude. I hope you don't work there anymore. You are so bad.
Holy.
Your bloodline ends with you if you do this.
Holy. Oh,
I'm
man.
so frustrated. I'm remembering it all. The rage is coming back.
I have flashbacks right now.
All right, we're getting close to the end of this episode pretty much here. Anyone have any last things that they want to share? And, anything?
be better parents. If you're gonna be a parent, be a better parent. If you are a parent, be a better parent. If you don't want to be a parent, you're already a better person.
Wait, what was that?
What? I don't know, man. What are you talking about?
I got some announcements. Well, first of all, I want to say, everyone, thank you for attending episode 1 of season 2. We're just very glad to bring this back, and I hope you guys had a fun time listening to us ramble and rant and be kind of bring some thought-provoking topics and whatnot. Rocks, yes. Thank you guys for also all the donations and the thoughts and the messages. It was a lot of fun having you guys interact with us that way. What's up next is the post office episode.
The post office.
Post office?
Okay.
That's gotta be the next one. Dog.
All right. So I was on ZJA stream when he was debuting season 2 of ZJU. and we're going on a tangent again here for a bit, but at one point, one of the itinerary thing was going over the seminar, and ZJA calls me and says, "So what's in store for the seminar?" "Well, guys, season 2 starting up soon. I don't want to really leak anything." ZJA's like, "Why don't you talk in metaphor?" I'm like, "Oh, well, something new that's going to happen. Imagine you're going to a grocery store. That's episode 1. Your journey home is episode 2. But sometimes on your journey home, you forgot to do some errands. You're going to stop by the post office. And that's what you're going to see at the seminar, the post office." So I think I can kind of reveal it now is June 24th. Mark your calendar. That is when we're going to be doing episode 1.69.
1.69.
It is going to be a shorter segment, probably about an hour or so, of a professor interview. So on June 24th, and follow us on social media. We'll give you the exact time on social media. Follow us everywhere. ZJA University on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, whatever. You'll find it. Yep. Thank you for the socials. June 24th, we'll be doing a professor interview. And sometime next week, we will be revealing the cast members and who we will be interviewing. All right. So that's pretty much what I have for the announcements. Headmaster ZJA, any closing remarks?
Buy our merch.
Yeah.
Tell your friends. Get us to affiliate. Do all the things. I just want to be here and be with all of you. But I want you to buy more merch.
You can go
That's
on
all.
ZJAUniversity.com, and this is one of the merch that we have. It's not a beer can, glass, and it is great. I put all my drinks and coffee in here. I love it.
I'm waiting on my windbreaker. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hans, any closing remarks?
I just want everybody to be safe out there. Make it whatever decisions that you need to be happy, but be within reason.
All right.
Yeah.
This has been the seminar. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Later.
Fridge homies.